Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback.
The battle for the Lamar Hunt Trophy begins as we're underway in this AFC wildcard game. This is taken at his 4. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. So here's the first drive now for the Jags. And they'll be led out by the guy under center, Charles, their quarterback.
And what I enjoyed watching this week when we had a chance to watch them at practice, the easy camaraderie that he has with his offense.
A lot of respect.
A lot of respect, and frankly, I thought it spilled over to the defense. The defensive guys were coming over and teasing and joking with him. You can tell they respect the heck out of him and really want to play well for him.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. And now a look at the offense for Jacksonville.
And what a tough environment to roll into. On the road, playing one of the better teams in the league, obviously, because this is the playoffs. So what do teams talk about? Bringing their own momentum, bringing their own energy on the road, because you know you won't get any from the home crowd.
And right away, he lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. They'll look to throw here. He's able to find Wallace. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
That's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Here's Logan Cook now to punt this one away. And this will be taken at the 13. Well, that's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over.
On the ready. 56. Check 56. All day, just like that. Just like that. What now?
Throwing on first down. Herbert. And this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. With that, let's check out how the Chargers line up on offense.
So many weapons on this offense, and we've seen them all season long score from any point on the field. But we all know playoff football comes down to playing smart. The game slows down, and it's harder to move it. So you've got to avoid penalties, avoid turnovers, and not let your emotions get the best of you.
Now a pass here caught by Hunter Henry. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. On 2nd down now. It's Hunt. Now he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Now, after the run by Hunt, here's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. A gain of 3, 2nd down. There you see the starters defensively for Jacksonville. They were terrific last week against Buffalo in that victory.
Anytime you can hold a team to less than 10 points, your expectation of winning that game is sky high. In fact, you'd absolutely be stunned to come away with a loss.
Looking to throw. Herbert, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Jags grab it past the 20. And he brings this one back. A fumble return for a Jacksonville score. And Charles, look at the big fella. What a rumble that was. Not only to scoop it, but then take it the rest of the way for the touchdown.
And now you know they're going to have to hear about it from now on. The defensive backs, he's going to want to run with them, do their drills, the whole deal. He thinks he's the pace setter now.
It doesn't matter what happens in practice this week. He's smiling. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Now this offense ready to head back out there. They come in as the 3 seed, and this very likely the last home game of the season for them, even if they win this one. But while they wanted one of those top 2 spots, they're still in a pretty good position.
They are, and let's face it, any team that gets into the playoffs, as far as I'm concerned, they're in a good position because they're doing what the rest of the league wants. A lot of people are sitting at home watching them, but you made a good point. Everyone is vying for one of the top 2 spots. You get an opening, get a week off. Don't have to play that opening week, and then you get a chance to collect yourself and see how everything else falls. But all in all, number 3.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. A big play there for L.A. 45 yards.
But we spent a lot of time exalting the offensive masterminds in this game, right? They draw up these beautiful plays. They look so perfect up on the board. But occasionally, sometimes you just say, throw it up and let him go get it. How about that play?
On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Herbert gets this to Kareem Hunt, his running back. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play. And just like that, it's 3rd down. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all. And now they're looking at 3rd down here. From the gun, Herbert. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. An 18-yard touchdown grab as they are now on the board here in the first half. Point after try forthcoming. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. 5 plays there on that drive. And it winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Jaguars getting set to go. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Now, let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Fournette. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 7 yards there and a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll run with Fournette. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Here we go on 2nd and 12. Throw left side complete. It's low. His 2nd catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down. On the run, it's Fournette. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Now Leonard Fournette. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. Here's a give to Fournette. And an alley to run. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
He'll drop to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And picked up by the Chargers. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown of what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Back to throw. Herbert. And he's got a man open. That's Allen. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. 17 yards for the Chargers there as they've got themselves a first down.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
18, Gator.
On 1st and 10, Herbert. He completes it to Treadwell.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Got it.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. 2nd down and inches. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on 2nd down leads us to 3rd and inches. Looking to throw. Herbert, open man, it's Allen. And he will have a 1st down at about the 21-yard line. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. This quarterback now, only 1 pass has hit the ground for him. 10 of 11 thus far. It's 1st and 10. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. To throw again. Herbert letting one go deep for the end zone. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. To throw on 3rd down. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their 1st timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because, you know, after the sack, there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. You're down 3, under a minute to go. How aggressive are you going to be in this spot?
Not as aggressive as I probably would want to be. Only down 3. I mean, it might as well be even going into the half. That's not a deficit that makes me want to push it and potentially make a mistake in this situation and cost myself even more points.
But, boy, getting into field goal range and tying it, that's tempting.
Awfully enticing. You almost talked me into it.
A good pickup there, 26 yards. A nice job there, Charles. They picked up the blitz, were able to complete the pass.
That had the total feel of a quarterback in control. Red blitz, got him into the right protection scheme, so he doesn't get hit back there. He's got a chance to step up with supreme confidence and deliver it downfield for a nice completion.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. That's complete to Hines out of the backfield. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. 2nd and 4. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's low. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Looking to throw. Oliver, the tight end, making the catch. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. The kick by Lambeau is good. And that will tie things up as we head toward halftime. So they're able to make things level just before half and also leave very, very little time on the clock.
And I love the way that you phrased that. Brought a little soccer into it. And that's really apropos considering they just kicked a field goal to tie things up.
All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. This will be taken in at the 1. So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup as we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. It's the first of 2 games here on this wildcard Sunday. We'll get back out to you guys in just a moment. But first, let's take a look back to yesterday's AFC wildcard game. And it's the Baltimore Ravens who will continue on as they knock off the New York Jets. Meanwhile, it's been as tight as we expected our game to be, all even at the half. Who will go on to the divisional round? We'll find out as we send it back out to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this third quarter. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10.
Ready? 10 Lobo.
6, right there, 56. Hey, here we go.
Hit it.
On 1st down, Herbert had a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, 2nd down. Off the play fake, Herbert. Wesco, the tight end, making the catch. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a 1st down. This quarterback now 11 of 15 through the air. Here's 1st and 10. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. He was looking for Mike Williams that time, and now it's 2nd down. So, Charles, tie game here. What are your keys as we continue to play this second half?
I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over, but they're tried and true in the game of football. Who's going to block better? Who's going to tackle better? In this case, to me, it's turnovers. You've got to take care of the football in order to win the game.
Back to throw. Herbert, he's got a man. That's Keenan Allen. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That one good for 13 and a Charger first.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But, boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right. You look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game.
Here we go, G. Here I come.
Beat them.
They'll run again with Hunt. And an alley to run. A nice job there as he rumbles for 9. And it'll be back to a 3rd and 3. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. They'll try to run for the 1st down with Hunt. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. He was true on his first. This a tough one from 49 yards away. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And they will take the lead at 13-10. Well, they don't get a touchdown here on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter, but I think maybe you still say mission accomplished as they come away with the lead.
No, absolutely. You keep the pressure on, right? You go downfield, get some points up on the board, and hope that you've motivated your defense to take the field and hold that lead.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. He's got his man Sharp complete. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
There was the pressure you were talking about, force the incompletion.
And it doesn't always have to end in a sack, does it? Sometimes you can make a good play by forcing the incompletion with the pressure. Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now it's Hines. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 16 yards that time on the pickup for the Jags and a 1st down. He's obviously a bit of a shorter running back. Sometimes when he goes up the middle like that, he gets lost in there and then he pops out for 10, 20 yards.
I actually asked NFL linebackers if that was true. Do you actually lose sight of some of the smaller running backs? And all of them confirmed that that can be a problem. Think of it this way. 2 of the top running backs in NFL history, Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders, both 5'10".
11 yards there for Jacksonville and a 1st down as well. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. And now time is called as we've got an injured Charger down there on the field. We'll step aside and come back to Carson after this. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hines. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. 1 quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down. Now back to throw. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Joey Bosa able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And Lambeau will put this one through. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. So with less than a minute gone by here in this 4th quarter, the field goal there gets this thing back to even.
And it's setting up for a fantastic finish, isn't it, partner? It's been a well-played game, a hard-hitting game. The fans are into it. The announcers are into it. This is going to be a great 4th quarter.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now this offense about ready to take over again. When you talk to these guys in training camp, these are the moments they say they live for. You're in a playoff game. It's tied, 4th quarter. Time for somebody to step up.
And can you execute under pressure? Because the pressure is intense right now. No one wants to be responsible for making the error that costs their team. But at the same time, who's going to be responsible for making the play that gives the advantage to your team? Who's going to break out, just what you said?
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hunt. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a 1st down.
Defense.
So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. They run again with Hunt. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47.
70, Indy.
They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. And now time is called as we've got an injured Charger down there on the field. We'll step aside and come back to Carson after this. The Chargers on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Trying to run for it with Snell. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. He needed a yard. That's what he got, and it's going to earn him a new set of downs.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. On first down, it's Snell again. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. 2nd and 5. Finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. And he gets it down to the 32. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Charger first down. Throwing on first down. Herbert, and stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on 1st and goal. All tied up, less than 2 minutes to go. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They've got it 1st and goal, looking to take the lead here in the late going. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. 2nd and goal from the 6 this time. On the counter, Hunt. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. They'll try to run with Hunt. Oh, and they had him stopped short of the first, but a penalty marker down, and that looked like a clear face mask to me. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. They'll keep it on the ground. Hunt. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. On the run, this is Hunt. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. A 5-yard touchdown run as his guys have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes.
Hey, that score deserves our respect, deserves our excitement. But I'm looking at the clock, and I'm thinking there's a long way to go in this one.
Ideally, they would have liked to milk a little bit more time off. Now, on the other sideline, you start to get the crew together and say, this is what we practiced the 2-minute drill for, right?
Yeah, you hope you've been in that situation before, and if you haven't, you just have the confidence, hey, let's go down there and get this thing done. But, boy, that's a big score right there to give them the advantage.
Extra point right down the middle, and they will take a 7-point lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. So now the Jags down on the scoreboard. 1:11 to go. This is where your playoff mettle is tested. On the road, needing a touchdown to stay alive as they've got it 1st and 10. And they'll start on the ground with Hines. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Now the Jags are moving quickly in the hurry-up. They'll look to throw. They'll find Hines out of the backfield. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A Jacksonville first down on a pickup of 17. Back to throw. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. He'll look to throw. And nearly intercepted there. That would have been ball game if he had clinched it and caught it. Instead, it gives him one more chance here on 4th down. Game on the line, season on the line. They're going for it here on 4th down. He's back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And as a result, their playoff run may end right here.
Right there, 56. I don't think you got it, son. Come on.
They go down to a knee, and that will do it. They are moving on here in the playoffs. Their coaching staff, they were pretty adamant beginning of the year. Our goal is to get to the Super Bowl. Well, they made it to the playoffs. That's part one, but they fall a little bit short.
And to me, once again, it exemplifies just how difficult it is to not just make the playoffs, but to win games in the playoffs. So you can set your goals. Thing is off during that time. You have some key injuries, or you just don't play well. You get a bad matchup where that team just has better strength than you in certain areas.